Drop it.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? 1 second here. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Larry, good morning. Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. Good morning. Yo, yo, yo. Pretty good. Everyone's doing pretty good. Okay. Guys, let's get right to it, man. You know, like we've been doing this for several years now. We have been changing lives. And let me fix this really quick. We've been changing lives here, guys. Pretty awesome that we've been able to do what we do here. And pretty awesome that many of you have been able to put yourself in a position to listen, learn, and be profitable as a trader. But yeah, guys, this is great. So if anyone had ever doubted 1348, this is really, really, really interesting here, guys. I want to show you something. I asked ChatGPT, what are the best EMA crossover values? Response, the best EMA crossover values depending on your trading time frame, asset volatility, and risk appetite. But here are the most effective and widely used ones broken down by trading style. For scalping, 1 to 5 minute charts, you got the fast at the 5 EMA and the slow at the 13, right? Extremely reactive, best for high frequency trades. Basically that guy that took 608 trades posted into the community yesterday. Maybe that was a bot. Maybe they were using those EMAs. But scroll down. For day trading from the 5 to the 15 minute, we got a mention here. 13 EMA, 48 EMA, used by Trade 1348, solid for trend confirmation. Yes. Round the map. Ready to boogie. Hold on. There's more. Pro tip, combine EMA crossovers with MACD or RSI for Confluence, 200 EMA as a trend bias, or VWAP. Well, wait, hold on. Right? What have we been doing? Just think about it, right? I'm not steering any of you guys down the wrong path. Right. So, man, that was so cool. That was so cool to get a mention from artificial intelligence. That's so cool, man. And yeah. So, good morning to every single one of you. Who's in the trade? Who's made money? Who's in a trade and who's made money? Let's show some hands here. Jeremy, 24% and done. All right. Still waiting. Got a late start. That's Francisco Rivera. Learned a lot with 1348. I'm great. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. There's just so much more to learn, right? And so here we go. We're in a trade, right? Because we have the best DMA crossover settings on the planet. AI says so. So this is not just me just like pumping you up the ass with, trust me, bro. It's wow. No diddy. Back to the charts. Here we go. We're going to break GT 500 here, right? Ideally, that's what we're looking to do. If we don't break it, then I lose fast to win faster. That's all I'm doing here, okay? But I have to trust what I'm seeing here. Now, the only thing that freaks me out with NQ is that, well, we jumped into this trade, finally getting that red bar. So that's giving me that confidence, right? I have the confidence, and now we're going to go ahead and zoom. Everybody likes to count my monies. All right, we're up $790, $685, right? We do have a level here. Are we going down to that level? Very, very, very possible. Now, what I like to do is, again, we're going to wait for the candle close. We're going to wait for this candle to close down, see where it's at. And then what we're going to do, guys, it's really, 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 really simple. For those who are just like wondering, like, you know, do I let it go or do I take profit? You're going to get to a point where, as you guys can see in this trade, we're up $1,000. Can you guys see that? Or we were, okay. There's a point where you have to decide whether taking a profit is worth more than holding. If holding is worth more than taking a profit, then you would go ahead and create a stop. And I have to modify the order so that is 3 units to match. And I'm going to wait for the candle to close. And then we're going to see where I can drag this down to break even. One of the biggest things here is that when traders go ahead and they set their stop to break even, they have not waited for that candle to close. All right. You got to wait for that candle to close, wait for it to close. And then what you're looking for is the next candle in a sequence to have that continuation, right? And so we're not getting that close just yet. I'm going to see. Let's see. Candle close. We got a whole 2.5 minutes for candle close. So I'm not too worried about any of this. Okay. I want you guys to allow yourself the patience, right? For high probability setup. Trade design down, red band, red S2B line, red candles. And then ideally you want to see this, right? You want to see it close. You want to get this in there. That is a trend tracker, red bar. Once all that's done, you have your full confluences, and this is a trade. This is a trade that you can hold confidently in, okay? Far more than, let's say, something like this, right? Where there is no confluence, right? Or something like this where you have broken confluence, right? It's trending down, but we're going against the trend right here, right? So what we're trying to do is avoid those zones where the strength of the trade is diminished, and we're trying to avoid those zones, and we're trying to, uh, you know, use higher probability setups. Now, not to give away the secret sauce, but ChatGPT, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my stop right there, right? But ChatGPT made mention of being up in 200 and multiple confluences, right? And so the way we calculate a lot of what you see on the chart is taking those confluences into consideration and then just doing our calculations to give you a representation, right? A graphical representation so that it makes sense. It needs to make sense to laymen. Trading should not be difficult. It should not be technical. It should make sense, right? Just what goes up must come down, right? Let the physics professors worry about gravity, right? You guys know you're gonna fall, right? Yeah, the syntax to that doesn't matter to us. We know, like, hey, that's a long way down. I'm gonna fall. So what we've tried to do with 1348 is establish that as well. Okay. Now, a couple of things here and why this trade failed is well, a couple of things, right? The candle did not close. Remember, we were talking about the candle close here. The candle did not close and then bounced off of GT. Okay, so thank God I'm only in 3 contracts. I'm going to give this trade time to, there you go. Now that is a signal for me to get out. And so since my allocation was just 3 contracts previously, I can go in with 6 contracts, and that essentially in a winning trade should give me a 2-to-1. But I'm still beneath my 20 contract max threshold, right? So that's what I want you guys to do when you're trading is like, what is my max threshold? Okay. If my max contracts is 4, I should trade with 2. And if excuse me, I should trade with 1. If that trade doesn't pan out, you go into the next trade, maybe trade with 2, right? But your max allocation is 4. Now, um, excuse me, the growth of your portfolio may not be as, I guess, rapid, if you will, but you will post more gains than losses. So I think that's sort of kind of like offsets, right? You'll post more gains than losses on your risk to reward profile, which is a common issue with a lot of traders, right? You have a high win rate at 70%, but you're inefficient because your risk to reward is sub 1, right? So what we're doing is we're dynamically altering um our risk to reward profile by scaling back our initial allocation and then, scaling in to go ahead and like offset that, right? And still, if I'm wrong, so think about it like this. If I'm wrong once with 3 contracts and then I go ahead and double up with 6 to go the other way, if still I'm wrong there, right? Then I'm essentially down 9, which then I can then go back and use my normal allocation of 20, which still gets me back to a 2 to 1. Do you see what I just did there? Is that making sense? Right? I started with an allocation. My max is 20. I started with an allocation of 3. I lose. Okay. I take the next trade allocation of 6. I lose. I lose 9 units. But my max is 20, so my next trade I can use 20 units and still end the day 2 to 1, right? With a 60% win rate, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to end up winning one of these trades. Does that make sense? Please, for the love of God, make sure that this makes sense and put it down on a piece of paper. It should make sense. And this is how you control your risk, right? I don't know. Uh, the chat. Wait, did I lose connection or something? The chat's quiet as hell. Wait. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm like, oh man. Everybody wants to know why I'm not using the 200 on my chart anymore. And that's because I'm trading and supporting the members over at Gabe Trades. That's why I don't have the 200 anymore. I'm using something different. So if you want to know, then come on over to Gabe Trades. Otherwise, you can still use the 200, just use the 200, but we do things a little differently at Gabe Trades. Yeah, so we're just going to hang out in this trade. A couple of things that excite me here is we're green here, potentially breaking the band to the upside. We had a reaction against the 200. So technically we're still bullish, right? Because we're above the 200. We're still technically bullish. The system just did tell me though, like, hey, Gabe, why do this to yourself? Right? Every morning, I'm gonna prove this out to you guys. But the system, like, Gabe, why'd you do it to yourself? Right? We got the yellow markers down here. It was telling me don't take the trade. So essentially, what's going to happen is kind of like yesterday, where this happens to a lot of traders as well, is where you enter the trade and you're not wrong, you're just early, right? That's it. So because you're early, then now you pay the premium of, emotional damage, where you're in the trade, you're like, damn, is this really going to happen? So that's why we have systems like this that give us the confidence that, it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? And I'm fine with that. That's why I trade very, very small relative to my total allocation, right? It's my bread and butter. It's my secret sauce. It's how I make sure I end the days green each and every day. I end the days green each and every day, right? You know who also Shout outs to Anita. I think she's never had a red day in like what, 6 months, 7 months, or something like that. Just absolutely killing it. Good stuff. Let's see. Uh, oh, so yeah, guys, if you want the meat of the system, get on over to trade1348.com. Get the meat of the system. Once you develop familiarity with the system and a sense of it, then head on over to Game Trades, right? Um, but yeah, we're just hanging out here. Oh no, you lost $2,000. Don't worry about it. Now, you see what's happening here? Trade design down. It's like it's telling me no go. What I would do between both trades, I think I lost 2 and 2, right? Um, once this GT here breaks, like for me, that's okay, Gabe, we're done. That's what I'm gonna use, right? Once this GT breaks, and then what I would do is I would simply swap out my position. But see, that's why we have to be patient and wait for the break. Ta-da! It's magic. So here we go. Where am I gonna take profit? So, we got a liquidity sweep way up here, right? The big boom boom, and then that rapid retracement. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and uh, I'm gonna set my take profits somewhere up here. Also, the 3 there. Let me modify it. Let me modify this here to 6. I know some of you probably took that. It took the profit there, right? But we're going to see how this goes. Again, I'm either going to secure profit up here. Let me actually bring this right there, right above the high of the previous band right there. And we're chilling. Who's having fun with me now? Yay. Oh, hell, 1348. Um, uh, Confluences, right? Green band, green background here, green GT. Confluences. I would love to see this go green. And that would prompt me to, you know, will I stop a little bit? There you go, guys. Look at here, we're up 3K. We're coming up into the liquidity zone. I got to make sure. There we go. We're going to get filled right up there. Ah, look at that. Look, they're like, so, you got my money? I feel like, remember Stewie and Brian Griffin? They're like waiting for them to come and bring me my money. Bring me my money, man. Come on, let's do it. Uh, and that's really all there is to it, guys. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna get that fill. Not too worried about that fill. Um, Maybe I should be worried about that fill. Okay, so there's another thing, right? Never get too confident in the trade. Never get too confident in the trade. So what we can do here, I can choose right now to take profit, or if I'm very, very confident here, what I could do is, uh, yeah, like Jesus, the market's humbling me. Like, yeah, Gabe, about that. What were your plans? Okay, so instead of like the market spooking me out, instead of the market spooking me out, there you go. And yeah, sometimes you got to take it. Yep. This is a lesson in not being arrogant. Look at that. But I'm fine. I'm actually fine with it. Want to know why, guys? I'm fine with it. I'm gonna go ahead. and say, now we're going to double that. There we go. And so now I'm going to go ahead and say, once we get halfway up here, right, it's told us where we're going. It gave it to us cheaper. It's probably going to make me pay, but not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and we're going to change this up. 12 contracts there. Remember, guys, I'm out once I break below here, right? And so we got a bunch of consolidation. Ooh, Mark, why? Who's listening to me? Jeez. Oh, man, who's listening to me? Should have secured that bag. Again, when you get confident and arrogant, this is what happens. Hey, it's a learning experience. Right? It happens to me. It even happens to me where you just let the bag go. Straight up let the bag go. So, again, I'm just going to go ahead and hold. We have an unbroken GT here. And this looks to be like some sort of consolidation going on here, right? A lot of uncertainty going to hang out here, right? So let's see. What do we do? What do we do? What's the market going to do? Oh, it's going to humble me. Yikes. There you go. On the candle close. Let's see. It's going to humble me, or at least try to. I hate when it does that. Sometimes just take it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it just teases you, right? And you're like, makes you question everything. That's the whole thing, right? So because I used something objective, such as the break of GT, right? GT turning red on a candle close, it had to be objective, right? And I'm still trading small enough to be objective. We come back to the trade here, we zoom on in, and now we're back up $2,000. Now we're back up $3,000, right? I can come back to familiar territory here, which I would like to. Now we see we're up 5,000, 4,000, 5,000, right, guys? There's levels to this, right? If you want to learn this, come to Trade Camp. Come to Trade Camp. May 23rd is a 3-day weekend. Secure your seat. Damn. Okay. So we're up 4,000. I'm going to do this, right? I could take 5,000, right? I'll take 5,000 and I'm just going to put it right there, right where it's been. Right where it's been. That's it. It's fluctuating here once again. Fluctuating. Ah, the fun, the agony, the pain. Anyone under duress right now watching this? Anyone under duress? I get a lot of comments like okay, I watch you trade, or I watch the trading in numbers for you. Ah. Thanks, John. He's like, nah, you got this. Thank you. But this is actually a great opportunity to do. I can do this. I can, fuck. All right, guys, what I was attempting to do was to set my stop and have it set at break even, right? Again, trading and just trying to have a narrative of what I do is just really, really slowing me down. But we'll wait for that candle close to come back up, and I will attempt to do this, right? I'll go ahead and make my trade free. That's what I would like to do, but yeah, let's just wait here. The second time the market's like, yeah, Gabe should have took it, you dumbass. A lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But we're still green. Right, you got to break GT there. I'm unwavered until GT is broken and there's a close. So maintain conviction. Well, 100 tick stops. I mean, that's only 25 points with NQ. That ain't that. No, come on. That's only 25 points with NQ. Yeah, the market's trying to play gotcha, but if you're doing 100 tick stops at 25 points with NQ, you're playing it a little bit too tight because the ATR is going to be at or about like, I don't know, maybe about 30. Well, we have a 1.5 to 1 here. Wait, let's measure this. Let's measure this. 38 points. This 39 points. 39 points. Or 40 points, rather. That's 160 ticks. You need to give yourself a little more room. And we're green again. My God, I don't like these type of relationships. I don't. When I'm in a trade and I have these type of relationships, I really don't like it. So now's my chance to do this, guys. What I intended to do. We got 12 there. We'll wait for the candle to close. Come on, just close. Even gonna take this right up to that next level there. And then close above. That's all you gotta do is just close above. We got 2 minutes here. Suspense is killing me. All right, guys. So what you do here is you create a stop, right? And then you just bring it right there. A few ticks above your entry. There's a few ticks above your entry, right? And what this is going to do is just make sure this trade costs you nothing. So now I've removed the sense of urgency in the trade. I really don't care the dollar amount, because even $4,000 or $5,000 for me, it's really not moving the needle much. And I did this purposely, right? When we're streaming, where I trade small. And so, yeah, you go ahead and you hover over your blue box there. You could see how much of profit you are, right? And once again, if the goal here is to be in profit, again, I guess the goal here is to be in profit. So I got stopped out. So that trade cost me nothing. So if you guys remember, I am still down how much? 3 contracts, technically. Yeah, anybody counting? You guys remember? I'm still down only 3. Right? Who's following? Who's following? You guys, right? So I went in with 3. I lost the 3. I doubled up with the 6. Right? So I doubled up with the 6. The 6, I then doubled up into the 12, which gave me an opportunity to take profit once again, but I didn't take it, right? So, guys, I'm still down 3, which means that my risk to reward is gonna be insane. Oh my God, I love these teaching moments. So that's the whole point of what we have here. So I'm down 3. I scaled all the way up to 12. Right. And what I did was I made that 12 free. So I'm still down 3. Right. I'm always attempting to manage my risk. So now that I'm down 3, I still have opportunity to make money, all the way without exhausting my full allocation of 20. So let's do it. All right, guys. So here we go. This is it's the market's just been playing gotcha, has been consolidating. Um, Rex on GT usually ends in a break of GT at some point. Breaks on GT, the market likes to go where it's been, right? And so it's constantly retesting. Think about this, right? We've come down here before. The market's like, all right, price discovery. Where is the price going to be? Or what should the price be? Personally, I'm like, okay, we're gonna break this here. I'm still down 3 contracts potentially. So if we're trending down, which it seems like we're trending down, I'll go ahead and I'll sell 12. So I'm just gonna wait for that order. The other side of it now, because it has been, I'm going to buy 12. All right, so now I'm sort of kind of like boxed in price action. Boxed in price action. So now it's not a matter of where it's going because I'm not chasing either one. I'm just staying put, having my conditions. All right. If it breaks GT here, should get me paid. If let me bring this up closer. If it breaks GT here, should get me paid. If we bounce off of GT and go the other way, should get me paid. I'm still only down 3 contracts technically. So this trade right now is what's going to take me over the hump there, right? It's going to get me over the hump and guarantee that I end the day green, okay? So guys, if you find yourself in a situation where you're getting chopped up or it's possibly choppy and you see the wicks going, basically the wicks going to familiar zones, right? Play defense and make sure you manage your risk. After the market showed you its hand, you can then go ahead and say, all right, now we got the fill here. It decided it wanted to go up. Cool. Zoom on in. Now, what's happening? I'm profitable. Guess what? This now becomes my stop. Now this trade cost me nothing to be in. Let's follow along and see how much money we make. Obviously, I would like to be better than 2,000. I believe I lost $2,000 with 3 contracts. I would like to be better than that. I would like to be somewhere like 4 to 5 that gets me a 2 to 1. So that's what I'm aiming for. But I'm also making sure I don't lose additional monies. Who's learning? All right, gotta stop out. I got stopped out. Okay, well, let's do it again, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say, all right, well, we'll buy 12 here. And I will sell. 12 at the break of GT. Now this time, I won't be so lax, if you will. Right. Now, of course, waiting for all the confluences and absolutely, right. I'm just showing you guys what you're doing or what you should be doing because, I can't stop you from being stubborn. Okay. So back to the chart here. What signals am I using to enter? I'm using support and resistance consolidation. I'm using the consolidated range to enter. You see upper body on the wick there for me. That's a consolidated range. And then all the wicks touching below GT, that's, the lower end of that consolidated range. All right, we got another fill. Now, is this going to take me to the promised land? Yeah, this thing came, snatched my money, and tried to run away the other way. So now we're green. Okay, let's zoom on that again. Now we're green. So I have the obligation to do it all over again, right? It's a choppy market. Now I could go ahead. And secure profit, right? Which I should. What you guys think I should? I should secure profit, right? As opposed to being so lax with it. Maybe I could get to break even. But okay, I'm chilling. And I just stopped out. Like, oh my god, I got stopped out. All right, cool. I got stopped out. I'm making sure my fees are covered. I'm doing this over and over and over again, guys. You might get sick of me doing this, but why are we doing this? Maybe John knows why I'm doing this. John should know. There you go. So I could be ready when the break happens. So I could be ready for when the break happens. Also repetitions. 100%. I think you all should allow yourself that habit of setting stops, setting stops, setting stops. I love the repetition part. And it's trading the right way, setting stops, protecting your entry, right? Not being intimidated by the market and maintaining conviction in your general direction of the trend. Because what ends up happening here is like, if you go ahead and flip flop, guys, also you realize I wasn't flip flopping going south. I tried to maintain my bias to the north, right? I didn't chase any candles. It kept, my short side of the order below GT, right? While GT is being green, so therefore I'm believing that GT is bullish and the trade is bullish. And then I have my bullish order very, very, very close to previous candle historical value. Okay. And then I'm just chilling here. And I'm gonna let this thing do what it has to do. I believe we're bullish and we're gonna stay bullish until we're proven otherwise. Right? Until GT goes red. And I'm closer to being profitable and I'm closer to a correct thesis. And let me show you. Right. I'm closer to a correct thesis here as opposed to down here. Right. And so now 12 contracts in. Here we go. This is where I'm not going to be so gentle with the market. I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, next, you get up here for me, I'm going to take profit, whether that's a break-even amount or slightly better. Okay. But I most certainly have to take profit. Okay. Make the stream worth it. It's, man, this thing being a pain in my ass. But whereas we maintain our conviction, right? Maintain the thesis of the trend GT 500 saying it's up. It's probably going to be okay. So now let me do this now. Let's go. I'm going to right there. I'm going to give myself. I'm going to sell right there. And I'm going to leave that there. Okay, nice. Wait, I got a trade design. This changes everything now, right? Yes, tricks the 84% rule. Now we got a trade design. Pretty much changes everything, right? The narrative changes completely. Now I'm extremely confident in this, right? We got a trade design up. We got our green bar up. We have multiple confluences. We have all confluences. Now let's see if this thing pans out. We got all confluences here. When in doubt, trust a trend. And the GT 500 is going to be your trend. I just, when in doubt, trust it. Um, yeah, this is fun. This is fun. This is annoying. This is annoying. This is annoying. Okay. Yeah, the market's just completely arranging right now. But I'm trusting we're going bull side more than we are bear side. I'm just going to leave this alone. There you have it, guys. There's really nothing for me to do at this point. There's nothing for me to do. Let's go ahead and look at other tickers if you guys want me to, right? There's really nothing for me to do. Anybody want to look at something? Ooh. Do you classify each trade that it stopped at entry that affect the trade roll? So if I get okay, so that's actually a good question. We're back here, so we're being patient. Now, if I get stopped out at break even or slightly above break even, right? Because I'll take my stop and I'll bring it a few ticks above my entry to cover my fees. That trade's a wash. That trade doesn't get counted towards your 3 trades. Right. And John Cacho actually brings up a valid point, guys. The longer the consolidation, the stronger the move. You can Google this. It's a phrase. It's something everyone talks about. And yeah, the market is just being irrational at this point and just toying with me. Uh, the market's told me several times. You guys see, like right here, it's told me several times, like that $3,000 is where I need to humble myself, right? So to get me slightly above break even today at 3,000, but I'm going to trade my trade. Whenever in doubt, guys, secure the bag or make it free. Secure the bag or make it free. Okay. No. Someone say, okay, well, Gabe, didn't secure the bag. Well, I should have secured the bag. I should have secured the bag when it was like 3,000, 4,000, right? That would have gotten me my 2-to-1. I'm gonna go ahead and maintain my bias. If not, if the market proves me wrong, then I go into a scalping mode. And I think the scalping mode the scalping mode actually requires a whole different video, right? But all right, so the market's like, hey, yeah, you're wrong. Wrong at 12 contracts. I'm still right, technically. Drawdowns part of the game. And Japan asked, would the 15-minute orb be useful? No. I don't see it as being useful. For what the system has evolved itself to be, the orb is pretty useless at this point. So you guys remember I'm still using this. Oh, this gonna suck if we break, but we're fine. So John says, we want to see Gabe to play the scalping model. We got some scalping tools. We got some scalping tools. Oops, right there. We could definitely implement some. That's more of Gabe trade stuff, more advanced stuff. But let's someone asked me to look at ES, and so here we go. ES, pretty much consolidating the same. Now ES, let's do this. Right there, we extend GT, and it gives us more of a complete picture there, right? As to really what's going on and why it's supporting it. Let me go back to NQ. Let's see what happens here. NQ coming right back up into a trade design. This is really what I want, but it's not giving it to me, and it's really, really frustrating me, right? So yeah. This is why, guys, I don't look at the chart. I just don't. I set my trade, it goes in my favor, have a general bias. I'm like, okay, we're bullish, just gonna set my order, and then we just let it go. I've made absolutely no moves today. So Juan, I hope answered your question there. Yes, doing a whole lot of nothing. Be patient. Wait for the confluences, guys. Be patient. They're gonna come. Confluences are gonna come, and you're gonna get paid. But it requires patience. So JMax says the market's going to flush soon. No, JMax, I want to know. I want to know your reasoning for that. What's your reasoning for the market going to flush? It's a pretty strong statement. Bruce says this really feels no different than gambling. No, it's far different. It's far different. You just got to let the system play out and develop the confluences. It's so far different. Because this Cleo said so. But no, JMac, I'm really interested as to John Cashello. Yes, make a very valid point. If it feels like gambling, you shouldn't be trading. You have always said not to trade during great candles, and yet you are. Okay, listen, Bruce, you are absolutely right. What I'm trying to do, Bruce, let's pitch up the speed here, Bruce, is I'm trying to show you when you get confluence, we have to be able to prove it out. Now, if I'm wrong, that gets proven as well. But when you have confluence and everything in alignment and in agreement, that's when you should be taking a trade. And that's when, everything gets proved out and you make your money, right? So that's Bruce. Good call, but you're missing the point of the lesson. I'm not trying to like make money per se. If I really wanted to make money, guys, I'd be sizing much bigger. This is fucking $4,000. Like, I'm sorry to say this. This sounds really, really fucking arrogant, but I pissed that for breakfast. Like, you serious? There's levels to this. Um, I have reasoning for what I'm doing, and I've maintained my conviction for what I'm doing. Bruce, you have to understand, it's not gambling. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. Oh man. You don't grow port from 50,000 to $3.5 million, and then so far year to day by gambling. It's not gambling. But I understand what you're saying. But I also have a job to prove out the system. That's my job. This here. I really love that he picked up on the gray candles. I really love that he did that. Right. So now for Bruce, as he takes on this lesson, he's like, okay, well, now I know I got gray candles. Now I'm looking for other confluences. Right. Bruce, use this as a learning moment. It's a learning tool. I don't have to wait for you to learn something. I could lose or look like I'm losing for you to learn something. If you can't tolerate $4,000 drawdown, then you're learning something. You're learning, okay, yeah, no gray candles. This is why. Multiple confluences is needed. This is why. Here's the other point I'm trying to prove out too. This here, down here, trend trackers not giving me confluence. I need confluence. I need the system to say, okay, Gabe, yeah, we're gray candles right now, red candles right now, right? But GT is green, so there's no confluence there, right? Your background is also bullish, right? There's no confluence there, Gabe. Gabe, be patient, right? Oh, we have no actionable moment, truly, right? It's a trade design down, consolidating, right? That's also no confluence. We have no markings here. Also no confluence. Bruce, you're absolutely right. This is going to be a lesson that goes down in the history books as a lesson. It's a lesson. Dum, 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 dum. They're just hanging out here. But Bruce, good stuff, man. I'm not trying to like call you out on anything like that. If I understand you're trying to call me out, then that's fine. But I have a different responsibility here. See, I have to go ahead and build a system and have to prove it out to just a group of skeptical people who don't even believe in themselves, right? Let alone some guy wearing a champion shirt and a Yankee hat, and yeah, just it is what it is, man. This is really slow price action. It just really sucks. Why am I watching this? Oh yeah, I'm forced to because I'm on YouTube. Totally fun. Uh, okay, back to the church. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see. I don't know. Let's see what CL is doing. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so CL. check it out. So we got CL here. Oil holding its own here, right? Nothing actionable here. Well, let's go ahead and look at gold. What's gold doing? Gold consolidating. Really nothing actionable. Wow, today is a really, really weird day where what happened? The market exhausts itself? Interesting. Everything just pretty much consolidating. What else? What else do we have? Let's check out YM. What is YM doing? Bit of the same levels. There's a lot of just rain. It's a ranging day, right? Really, really sucks. Let's see. ES, what's ES doing? Okay, so ES broke. ES completely broke here. You have that extension there. That's basically where you go short. Now I got to go to NQ and see if NQ is giving me enough information to get out, and not quite yet. It hasn't. It hasn't. So I'm just going to hold steady here. I'm going to hold steady until I'm 100% wrong. Boring. Huh. Anybody got ugly kids we want to talk about or something? Because the market's boring. Anybody, anybody got some kids that are graduating high school right now, and you're just like, damn, I have no clue how the fuck they're gonna make it in life. Go on, it's graduation season. Mm. What do I think about Apple? What do you mean, as a product or the stock? I mean, as a product, yeah. Folding phone, I'm here for it. Apple Vision Pro, I own it. Absolutely amazing. Just really sucks that there isn't that much support for it. Maybe it's just a form factor. The stock, okay. Hmm. Let's go ahead. We'll look at Apple, the stock. Here we go. Whoa. All right. Yeah. So let's see. We got market open here. You had a trade design. Yeah, dude. This thing gave you a 3-1 here on your risk. What do I think of Apple? I think the trade has been done. Like, that's the trade. The trade is there. It's secure the profit, right? Look who's talking. Captain, don't secure the bag. Because that's obviously me right now. Had plenty of opportunities to secure this bag. But yeah. That trade, done. Let me get the chat back here. How about Palantir? We covered Palantir yesterday. I'll do it again. I did not see I didn't see any of Jesse Winter's freak off French stories. Didn't know that was a thing. Let's check out Palantir. Let's see. Palantir. PLTR Palantir. Right now is an intraday trade. Again, just consolidating with the broader markets here. Right? Just, yeah. That's what's happening here. Back to NQ, because my money is important too. There we go. Patience. So back in the green. My God, I just love pain, don't I? Maybe third time's a charm, right? Where the market will show what happens when you have Confluence. Green bar, green GT, green band. We have, yeah, there we go. Finally, a break into the trade design. Where are we going? We have a level. Now, this is, what ICT likes to call liquidity sweeps right up here. So I'm just going to be right underneath it and I'm going to hang out. So, Bruce, where you at, man? You, sir. Absolutely right? We had gray candles. Should not be taking any trades with the gray candles. I did not have a trade design. We have the trade design now with multiple confluences. Okay. Now I'd be smart to take this trade because the market's been messing with me all day. What time is it? 11 in the morning. 11 in the morning. Jeez. We've been hanging out here for an hour. Almost. Just a little past an hour. Been hanging out here. I gotta make this worth my time. This is not worth my time. We'll figure this out. 1 second. Market, come on. All right. We do have an entry point right here. And we do know where it's been, which is way up here, right? We do have that level there. It's literally exhausted itself way down here as it's consolidated with gray candles, Bruce. Bruce, I'm gonna change this to, I'm gonna call it Bruce Candles. You're now famous, brother. And I'll buy 12 more. Now, why did I buy 12 more? Well, I bought 12 more because I bought 12 more, I then have to, damn it, I didn't get to do it. Well, it's going to come back. And then I have to, all right, there we go. Come on, pop up, do your thing. There you go. I'm going to make this thing free. I want to make it free. Just, I need a little bit of room to get in there. Get up in there. Come on. All right. And then that's going to be my stop. And then right here, we're good. All right. Now, let's see how much money we make. 5,000. Come on. Come on, market. Let's do our thing. We have our confluences. Let's do our thing. Let's get a nice bulging candle up to the liquidity sweep area, and let's see how much that is. Oh, that's $8,000. Ooh, patience is paying for me. Wait, I lost $2,000, so I had $8,000. That'd give me a 4-to-1 day. $9,000, almost $10,000 to give me a 5-to-1 day. You know, I said I had to make this worth my fucking time. $10,000 an hour. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's what I'm looking for. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Come on, let's go. Let's go. And yeah, that's what we're doing here. So even at 7,000, 8, come on, keep going. Let me get my 5-to-1 here. Come on, that's all I want. I want a positive risk to reward. There you go, Bruce. But that's the point. See, so much confidence in the trade design right here. This trade is now free. I'm in, and I'm gonna end up taking my money if it comes back down to about 4,000 because that gives me a 2-to-1. That gives me a 2-to-1. So let's keep an eye here. All right, I have a closed position. Once we see about 4,000, we still haven't seen 4,000. I'm guaranteed profit here somewhere, right? right? Let me see that 10,000. It's going to be 4,000 or 10,000, right? No whammy, no whammy. Big bucks, no whammy, no whammy. Let's go. 7,000. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. 6,000. 6,300. Yeah, I'm not really worried about this trade. I've been waiting all morning just to sound excited. There you go. I got 4,000. I have to take that there. But wait, there's more, right? There's more. I'll go ahead and I'll buy on the top of that wick there. Woo! Yeah, it took that, right? So now if it's going to come back up, this is going to be a really, really quick scalp for me, right? So I took the 4K there, and then right there, it filled me right there. Let's go. Come on, come to Papa. I took the 4K, the previous trade. We are going to trust that the average number of candles and the bullish setup is 10. So yeah, I'm not going to mind the drawdown too much. I'm going to trust this, right? I'm going to trust it. We are bullish. Come on. Maybe get me up to like 6,000 and then we're done. Yeah, that'd be nice, right? Booyah, let's go. So JC asks, I don't care about guaranteed money. That's the thing. Like, I'm okay, guys. When you go a little further along, get a little further along in your trading career, I'm not trying to guarantee $600-700. I'm trying to guarantee thousands, right? It's either all or nothing. I'm at a point where I'm all or nothing, right? So Bruce is saying, make him a believer. Oh, okay. Bruce wants to be a Justin Bieber fanboy. He wants to be a believer. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So we're good here. We're still in the trade design. We're still bullish. We still have our greenies, right? This is just a little bit of drawdown. Again, I'm just shy of that liquidity sweep, and so we're gonna see it, just bust through. That's what we need. Right now, the market's like wrong hole or get some loop. Someone call Diddy. I need that oil. Breakthrough. And this will be like a quick scalp just to pad my numbers, right? Just to end my day. Green. Okay, so we're green right now. 600. Come on. Yeah, I'm really, really oversized here too. So I have to go ahead and have to make sure that I am 100% confident in my thesis. And again, you don't go in 24 contracts deep if you're not confident in what you're doing. AKA, this is not gambling, boys and girls. This is having a sense of, I don't know, but it's having a system. That's what it is. Having a system here. Now, I have subjected myself to another weight game here in the zone. I just need that market to push through. Get right back. You see this candle wick right here? Now you see that candle wick right there? The market's been there before. The market's been here before. That's where I want it to be. I want it on this side, right? Now, the clue I have here is that this candle is not bigger than this candle, right? And so we got, what do we have here? 18 seconds. 18 seconds, come on. Right? Let's get the end of the candle push. We get the orders coming in. Just push right through, and I will secure the bag, and we're good. The stream is over. Right? Let's see. Let's get that push. Are we getting the push? No. Are we getting get a bounce off the band? We're getting the bounce off the band. Is that what we're reacting to? The bounce off the band? Let's get the bounce off the band. The band is there for a reason. Let's get the bounce. We're moving on up, right? Come on. Guys, is it me or the price doesn't seem to be matching like the candle, right? It's just really weird. Sometimes it happens with trading view. And I have a thing when that starts to happen that I usually just give up on my day. When I start seeing like things are not really, I'm not getting the visual representation of the price action here. I'm just really not. So there we go. So now I got a yellow on the STB line right there. And the market's like, yeah, Gabe, we're going to make you our bitch. No, 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 you're not. No, you're not. Right. So guys, I have an obligatory exit on the other side of that band there. And yeah, I am on the precipice of an actual wreck, Dave. No, not. But yeah, we're gonna do that too, man. So what's going on here? I'm going to maintain my conviction. I'm going to remain bullish, right? GT is green. We have green on our system. If you cannot stomach that type of drawdown of like, $7,000, you have to trade small, super, super small. Okay. And we're just hanging here. Let's see. Catch up to the chat. He was like, yeah, he's gonna make 100 grand today. Possible. It happens quite a lot, actually. Um, yeah. Worry. Hey, Bruce, you make money, man? Did you make money, dude? Bruce, that's all that matters, dude. Don't worry about me making money or not. Wait for Bruce. Yeah, there's a lot of chop there. There's a whole lot of chop there. Pops places like F this day. All right, so guys, on days like this, there's two ways to do it. You don't trade, you scalp, or you just maintain one direction. Just maintain one direction. Uh, there we got a caution zone here on the candle close. I just got alerted on the caution zone, but we need the candle close. How many seconds left? We got a minute left on that candle close. This is wild. Left paper trading just broke 55 million. Started at 5K. Platinum, what the fuck are you doing? Platinum. You're yeah. Uh, dude, okay, so platinum, but good stuff. But in the real world, okay, I get it. You're having fun. In the real world, your orders aren't going to get filled. In the real world, your orders aren't going to get filled at all. So, anyways, yeah, full transparency, I took a $20,000 hit the other way. So, yeah. Now, I'm up 5K. We're going to hold on to this here, 6K. We're going to come down to this level. There you go. Let's just go down to the level. That's it. And this will be the end of my day. This will be the end of my day. I don't believe. Wait, the market's going. Yeah, there you go. 10K, 11K. Let's zoom on in. They didn't need 20K to break even. It's whatever. JMac said, "Here's the flush." Okay, now JMac, that's here it is. But what I wanted to know is why. Why were you suggesting a flush other than it? I'm suggesting a flush it could possibly happen, and if it happens, I'm right. When you were saying you might get a flush, what was your logic? What was your logic here? I want to know. Because guys, I'll start listening to JMac. But we need logic, right? It's kind of like me saying, "Hey Jay, your wife's cheating on you." You're gonna be like, "What? You sure? You got proof?" Right? You just don't go ahead and say, "Well, the market's gonna flush without proof." It's give us a thesis, give us something to build upon. Now, did the market run previous day? Yes. If that's the basis to your thesis and that's your applied logic, that is great. That makes sense. Okay. So, um, shoots. So platinum, you were doing 100% allocation. You're doing 100% allocation, dude. That's thick. That is thick. All right, so JMac. Now I'm glad you brought up that rationale because now I'm going to tell you the STB line serves absolutely no function in reference to the system. It just happens to the placement in the band is just for aesthetics, so it's easier to articulate. The STB line has absolutely no function. So now this is a matter of bias, right? You go ahead and say, okay, well, I've seen it a couple of times. It looks like it's happened a couple of times. The STB line must serve as a function. I've never said the STB line served as a function other than giving you a signal to possibly exit the trade. It does nothing else. Right. There you go. The hot potato. You got to be careful. So the reason, and Jay, I love your bunches, bro. Right. But we had to make sure that that was articulated because I can't have that in my community where there's emphasis on the STB line. And it's just because there isn't. There's emphasis on confluences, right? So the STB line confluent with the band. All right. You got it? Dope. Right. Because yeah, it's easy to say like, yeah, that was the flush, but then it's not the flush. It's, you know what I mean? It's just really consolidating in that range as well. Yeah, just consolidating in that range as well. So you really have to be careful with that, especially when um, Super Trend is bearish. So who's using Super Trend still? So, I'm talking to my brother right now. Like, how'd you do? Uh, should have told him not to trade today. My God, poor guy. Yeah, it's still above the 200 EMA, J-Mac. Yeah. It's just wild. It's just wild, man. We go. Well, let's see. Does Game Trend take precedence over Super Trend? It does. It does. 1 to 1. Uh, so let's see here. The true flash is below the 200. I mean, guys, we're still bullish. We're still bullish, technically. Right? You're above the 200. I mean, technically, you're still bullish. I went from 1% up to losing my whole portfolio. Market sucks. What? Huh? You did what? Richard. Hey, how do you blow your whole portfolio unless your portfolio was small to begin with, maybe you were up 1%, maybe it was up $20, guys, and then lost 200. Maybe that was his portfolio size. I'm hoping that that was his portfolio size. Five, get out of here, bro. All right, so why do we have it? We still have Super Trend on the genie for okay. All right, Wonderland. It's there for people who want it there. It's that's why it's there. It's there for people who want it there. Bruce, good point. EMAs are braiding. 1348 for the win. EMAs are braiding, therefore consolidation. But losing 5K, that is, if you're up $50, uh, uh, okay. So Bruce, maybe you need to have a conversation with Richie about gambling. Uh, your boy needs you. Definitely needs you. Anita, today is. Bruce says, I like casino too. Nah, I don't like casino. I really don't like the casino. I don't like casino. Casino's not fun. I'm not a gambler, guys. I don't go to the casino. I'm not one. I don't know. It's not even I do. We have a casino maybe about an hour and a half for me. 2 hours. It's a casino that Ann goes to. What? Which one is that one? It's the hard rock. I stay clear away. Then you got the trade design up. And now we're waiting for multiple confluences. And then we see what happens, right? It's been consolidating all day. So guys, we've seen this story before where it's consolidated all day and then maybe it makes a move later on in the day. And so this is why having alerts is important. And sitting in front of the chart is probably just an absolute waste, right? Don't sit in front of the chart. Uh, uh, wait, 1 second. I'm trying to help my brother out right now. Uh, uh, so you're not used to this. There we got some chop day vets here, but my brother is not used to it. Uh, let's see. But I'm not sure. No, no. Richie, was that the last? Richie, was that the last $5,000 you had? No, no, no. You know what? No, no, no. Wait, Richie. Right? If you made 1%, no, even so, like, okay, he was up 1% and lost his port. Um. So my next question is Richie, you took over 100 trades? Richie, did you take over 100 trades? I hope he was joking, but if he was up 1% and it says now he lost his port, you have a $5,000 port, your 1% is $50. You're risking $50 a trade. I'm assuming you're going through 100 trades. The math ain't mathing. So if you're like, oh, I lost 5K, whoa, cry me a fucking river, bro. Seriously. It's all about risk management, man. Jesus Christ. Like, I have no empathy for that. And no one here should either. Right? Because the math says he needs to exhaust over 100 trades, maybe even lose them all, right? 1% risk, lose them all for him to blow up his account. What was happening here is he was losing his patience, he was oversizing, he was doubling down, he wasn't setting stops. He chose to do that to himself in the same way that I chose not to take profit in my trades, which I should have. So yeah, if I hope those were your last 5,000. Ah, see. True to all. Come on, Richie, you know better. So if he's saying true to all, Yeah. That's the part that, like, yeah, it breaks my heart about trading, right? Because something like that, that's completely human error, right? Has nothing to do with the system, has nothing to do with the market. Has everything to do with the human being. And it's crazy though, right? Because when we lose, we blame the market for being choppy, but it's really you. Sure, the fucking problem. Like, just really think about that for a second, right? It was either you insisted on trading, maybe over trading, maybe the market created conditions you weren't familiar with, you'd never seen before. Okay. Um, yeah, it happens, man. But, but, um, Richie says he is I'm your new Ryan. No fucking way. Don't even, you do not want to be Ryan. You do not want to be Ryan. Oh my God. Jeez Louise. Yeah, he's one of the biggest mistakes a trader could make is oversizing. Because oversizing, okay, let's really understand the psychology of oversizing, right? Oversizing, if you don't have, if your allocation size has absolutely no mathematics behind it, then that trade and that entry is emotionally charged. And if you're entering a trade emotionally charged, you're more likely to lose it. Okay. So, like, you gotta be aware that oversizing without having a reason to oversize, or for instance, the market's gonna flush without having valid justification for the market flushing, right? These are all feelings that we have, and then we create that bias and we start looking for things that confirm that bias, right? So, it's look and you shall find. That's usually, anybody heard that phrase, right? When you're looking for that bias, you're gonna find the bias, right? And especially if it's driven by emotions. Slow it down a little bit. Stick to the system. Play with 1%. Play with 1%. For one, I think the day's shitty, but well, what can he do? The only thing he could do is manage your risk to protect yourself against shitty days like this, because you never know where you're gonna get a shitty day like this. I mean, how many times have we found ourselves, guys, trading and then finding out that we actually traded into chop, but we traded into a shitty day, right? And the only time we go ahead and say like, "Oh my God, I traded into a shitty day," is when we have shitty results. But your results shouldn't be shitty. Your results should just be, "I took the loss, walk away. Tomorrow I'll come back and make money." Right? The market the market creates those favorable conditions. That's what you're doing. Man, I've been on the stream way too long. Guys, the only reason why I'm on this stream is because I don't have one-on-ones today. I don't have one-on-ones this week. It's actually really refreshing not to have one-on-ones, and don't anybody dare fucking book one either. Please don't. Oh my God. Oh man. I mean, so Richie's basically Ryan in disguise. Yeah, that could be the case. That could be. It's who knows. I never know with the people, man. Never know. Never know with the people. I don't know if anybody's gonna go ahead and watch this. Well, why is this gonna be a fucking 2 hour stream? I'm gonna have to, yeah, maybe get the stream edited or something. I don't know. This is a long stream. It's boring. Yes. All right. Who's ready for the Knicks tonight? Game 5 tonight. Knicks in Indiana, Eastern Conference Finals. Yes, guys, I'm a long time Knicks fan. If the Knicks make it to the finals, I'll go in. I have to go. Man, if the stream went to 8 o'clock tonight, there's no way the stream's gonna go to 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, no way. My ass cheeks would go so numb and soggy for sitting for 12 hours. Oh my god. Last game was sad though. I mean, you hate to see someone get hurt, team get hurt. That sucked. You know, everyone's gonna be like, "Well, the Knicks only won because team got hurt." I mean, that's what the analysts are saying. Freaking yeah. I am 6'5" and I hate basketball. You're 6'5", bro. You hate basketball, bro. You literally can lift up your arms and you dunk, right? Are there books that I recommend for a stronger mindset? Okay. All right. Can we go into a rant here? Can we go into a rant here? Okay. The book ain't gonna teach you discipline. It's just not, right? Just like watching someone else fuck your wife is it gonna make you better in bed. Um, a strong mindset just comes from taking life seriously and just approaching everything you do with a level of, I guess, urgency and purpose, right? And what we see here in society at this point is, everyone's just like, there's no accountability in society right now, right? Everyone's just blaming somebody. You're blaming Republicans or Democrats, right? You're blaming yeah, university you graduated from, right? Because you chose a degree in, I don't know, Crayola crayons. At the end of the day, I think discipline comes from just truly wanting to be the better version of yourself. You don't have to be the best in the world, but right. You would think you would like, you have to be the absolute best. You don't have to be the absolute best. You have to be the best version of yourself, right? And I think you have to set a goal for yourself, right? But you have to set realistic goals for yourself. You have to set realistic goals for yourself. Like, I'll be candid. I was a smoker. I was a smoker for 23 years. A smoker for 23 years. And I realized something. I was a smoker because I wanted to be, because I actually enjoyed it. Actually, you guys stressed me the fuck out too. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really did. Finished the stream, go downstairs, grab some coffee, sit on my patio, enjoy the smoke, calm down, trade, do my thing. And then, when we talk about like what are the health repercussions and that, right? And then I also had to choose what was more important to me, right? The dopamine hit for those 3 minutes while I'm smoking a cigarette, or my longevity on Earth. And this was a choice. So books aren't going to make you do it, guys. Choices are. Choices are. Choices are what makes you do things here, right? So asked if we trade here. We sure fucking do. Up $17,000 right now in this trade. 17, 18, right? But anyways, life is about choices. We have to go ahead and say, this is what I want to do. Now, you got to be careful, guys, right? You can't just talk about it. You have to be about it. You just can't talk about it. You can't just say, well, I want to quit smoking. No, you have to be about it. So, what comes after that? I want to quit smoking. What comes after that? I want to conquer the aches and the pains and the sweats and the sleepless nights that come with it. I want to conquer that part, right? You see what I mean? So it's okay to say it, but you have to want to conquer it, because that's what's preventing you from, that's what's preventing you from achieving your goal, right? Is the choice to conquer. No one likes to feel uncomfortable. No one likes to feel uncomfortable. I get it. Anybody out there still like reading books and stuff like that? Like you're wasting your fucking money. You're wasting your money, right? Because you're reading that book, right? And I'll be frank with you guys. I go ahead. I get on the phone with hot potato every fucking day. And I'm like, these fucking idiots. What are they doing? Oh, honest. What are they doing? What the fuck are they talking about in market chat? What are they doing? Why is he doing this? Richie, why did he lose $5,000? And the conversation we have is, when they choose, right? Right now, they're just doing, and they're saying that this is what they want to do. They're saying that they want to be better traders. When they actually choose to submit to the system, choose to check ego at the door, choose to subscribe to the math, choices. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone could say it. It's an easy thing to say. I want to make more money, right? But are you making the choice to do the things that make you more money? Because frankly, cleaning shit out of a sewer helps you make more money. Now, would you make that choice to go clean the shit out of the sewer? Let's be honest. Everything's about a choice. And where I come from, you gotta make the right choices. And things because nothing comes easy. So you gotta make the right choices. So here we are. We're in a trade up 19K, like whatever. I'm chilling. I'm tired. We'll be wrapping things up. You guys right there. I'm more than likely going to be posting a break-even day, maybe slightly green, but not by any real significant amount, right? I don't even think I'll be 1.3 to 1. I'll be honest with you. It is what it is. You got to sell there. You got to break that. It's literally coming. This fucking thing. It's dumb. TBH. Is that the Bragg House Holdings? Oh, you mean a shit stock? This? This? Honestly? Get out. Get out. Well, oh my God. Okay. Yeah. 2H. All right. You had your little pop, right? You had your pop. It was a little bang bang right there, right? Yeah. It died. It died for a while. Right. Oh my. What? Yeah. It went from a shit stock to a shittier stock. That's come on. Don't do that to yourself, man. If you're in it and you're winning, just take that profit. One trade is not going to make you rich, guys. It's just really not. Especially not from a shit stock. It's just not going to make you rich. Uh, so, so Jason and anybody watching, if you entertain penny stocks, like, be careful because penny stocks are penny stocks, right? And they only move really with a lot of volume. So in order for them to move with a lot of volume, they need attention. And who are the ones bringing attention to these shit stocks? I think we know who. The penny pumpers. The penny pumpers with very, very large followings. Yeah, we don't do that here, man. Okay, so the way I'm going to approach this here, guys, is I'm actually going to close this trade. I'm going to secure that bag. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an order waiting on the other side of GT here. That's it. And I'll let this thing go. I'm going to should this go where I want it to go. I'll be up 1.5 to 1 today. I don't know. Or who knows? Maybe the market just takes off and I start having a lot of fun. But anyways, let's see. Who, okay, I gotta ask, who, who made money today or who sat on their hands all day? Who made money today and who sat on their hands all day? In Japan, I took my bag on that last candle. Nice. Sad, no trades, down 1%. Guys, you understand, right? That no trades is a position. Right? You make money. Now, Platinum, I know you're having fun with the system, dude. That's awesome. But I think what Platinum was trying to say was mechanically trade 1348 took them from 5,000 to 55 million mechanically. But in the real world, you would have scaling issues, you would have fill issues. Oh my God. There is a Bruce. Hey, lost money today. You were in a trade design. I was in the trade design. It gave us both opportunities to make money. Right. Interesting enough, we have a familiar trade design right now, literally telling us the same thing all over again. Philip made money. That's great. That's great. Everybody made money. Yeah, that's saying waiting to see if we break and hold above GT. That's actually a good call. That's a good call. um, So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm on the other side of GT here, waiting for that break. And then we'll just take it up here. This was the original trade setup that I was expecting. Before the market decided like, hey, yeah, we're just going to wick everybody around. Just wick them all around. There's what it is. All right, guys, I'm wrapping things up. There's a flat day. Nothing really you can do. You're the greatest traders in the world. Yeah, we lose. I'm going to go have lunch. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. I'll post my end of day haul into Discord. So you can see. All right. Take it easy, guys.